You know, Honolyn, saying, looking back through books of poems that you wrote, writing your life in poems, and then looking back and not liking what you see. I was going to bring T.S. Eliot to read, but I just decided against it, even though I think The Love Song of J.F. Prufrock is one of the most beautiful poems in the English language. So I'm going to read the poems that I don't like, going, where the hell was I at this particular time? You know, deliberately trying to write poems that didn't make any sense. And then looking at it and going, but, you know, you're right, they don't make sense. But, you know, this person who wrote these poems, see, now I go around going, who am I? Why am I here? Now I'm looking at this and I'm going, who was I? This is from my little chapbook from 10 years ago, Opposing Impulses. This is Opposing Impulses number 1 and 2. Born of an impulse fed by decaying leaves, Ishtar eats impossibility. And thus your absence renders me impregnable to any thought of responsibility. You know my name. I wrote it on your window on the 1st of June when the drifts were granular, unbearably hot, like hell's fire beneath the silver spoon. All paths part, but all paths meet, my dear. Paris is swell. Wish you could be here. Opposing impulse number 2. Remember, these poems don't mean anything. Dying for the sight of bursting bulbs, Hades spits out possibilities that in your presence makes me quite vulnerable to sin. You are as ignorant of my aliases as a blackboard in December when ditches stand cold as frozen spit. This garden knows no paths, my dear. No exits. No exit. No exit. In the playground at night, I crash down firmly in cappuccino darkness, reading cryptograms in cracks. Grapes and vintage cars crawl like wayward crabs through my silent prayers. Broken-hearted lovers rock gently in the breeze on seesaws of childish hope, eerie crash, and foul like bone pressed down on plate, iridescent, circumcised, chained by the tender cries of night in fine networks of deceit, celebrating experimental ecstasy. Thinking thoughts that drip like figs or molten glue from unstuck memories, like eels wriggling on the pavement to the sound of dry summer heat. Oh God, a taste of honey on the tongue would be like cacti singing in the moonlight. Got more opposing impulses, I'll skip by those. Got women hanging on a clothesline here. There's no sex in this poem. Vaguely I slept uneasily. And then I'm just gonna do a couple of more short little ones here. Stiff man. I am a stiff man, but I will make it break or bend. I'm a stiff man and I enjoy a tense silence. I stretch my fingers out in slow, painful motion like legs on a baby dinosaur, looking through the translucent skin at the amazing network of my purple veins. I roll my fist into a tight ball, rejoicing. It is a stiff day, but I will make it break or bend. And then in conclusion, she is a video game person pulled out of a jar like a nervous habit. And I am her yo-yo on a dirty string. Nothing could be worse, but I refuse to change.